If I'm being honest, man, if I'm being honest with myself, I spent so much time either seeking relationships, in relationships, trying to validate myself within relationships, seeking some type of approval when it comes to relationships. And it's always been a yin and a yang, right? Some of my biggest, I would say, achievements have come based on the relationships that I have with people, right? Some of the things that make me angry or upset or have caused me a lot of pain have come with relationships. And I think that comes with anything in life, right? There's a good, bad, and ugly. But my reasoning, my reckoning of speaking on this in particular is that relationships have taught me that within myself, I will make mistakes. I'm not always right. I'm not always the main character. And just as much as I want to be a superhero, I have to be just as willing to be the villain. And I have to be okay with people looking at me and saying that may be a bad individual off whatever premise they have come up with in their own mind, right? And in some ways that it has eaten me up, right? In some ways, like growing up as a child who had to sacrifice a lot because my mom growing up was a single mom, right? Not for too much that I remember in my childhood, but she was a single mom for a good little minute, right? And even when she remarried, at a young age, my mom had a talk with me and was just like, hey, I need you to be patient. I need you to be fair. I need you to be understanding of what's going on, right? And I, as a kid, and even now as an adult, I appreciate that conversation because it shaped my mindset to set an expectation for myself within myself. Like, not that I was a very much, I didn't want a lot as a kid. I asked for a sibling, you know what I mean? I wanted a sibling. I wanted somebody to play with. I wanted somebody to love and care for. I asked for that consistently because I was a single child. And so when it was going through the process of like, my mom when she got pregnant, and now she was like, your money's gonna be tight and I need you to be okay. I need you to be supportive. I need you to be understanding. I was all aboard because I knew what it meant, and also because they made me a part of it, and I felt a part of it. I felt a part of the movie, even though I wasn't working or anything like that. I felt a part of the team, you know what I mean? And I definitely jumped in and was like, yeah, shit show, what? I'm gonna do that. And that's a major point in my mind because when I think about now, fast forward umpteen years, and I think about how my relationships have crumbled or haven't manifested in the ways I want them to, or seeking out relationships with my parents, or even seeking out relationships with some of these women, right? And even on the opposite side, right? Women seeking relationship with me and really wanting to be with me, wrong time, wrong place, or me just not having that mindset to say, like, I'm ready to be patient for real, or I'm ready to be understanding for real, right? If I could spin this back, if I can try to make sense of all this, my thought, my mind, my heart, what I'm trying to say, what I'm willing to say is that you have to foster these relationships. You have to be willing to understand that with every play, you make your bet, you put your best foot forward. Honestly, you put your best foot forward. You be patient. You be calm with yourself. And you have to understand, like, if this shit break for real, if this shit really fuck up and really turns into me being the worst person on the earth when it comes to this person, even though I love this person to death, you really have to eat that. You really gotta eat that. And I know nobody's perfect, man. I'm definitely not perfect. I get this rap a lot when it comes to my relationship that I want things to be perfect, or I want this perfect person, or all that. And it's never that, bro. It's never that. I've conditioned myself, I've primed myself, and the reason why I'm so hard on myself now is because, like, I know I'm so far away from where I want to be, and it eats me up inside. When people talk about a burning drive, a burning desire to be somewhere, to be something, it's undescribable. However they're describing it, I know people watch these fucking motivation videos and they think, oh, well, try to use it as some type of fuel. That's great, but it is nothing compared to waking up in the middle of the night, waking up in the middle of the day, and I'm literally waking up. Like, not that you're not awake, like, you're awake, you're functioning as a functional human being, doing your job. But it's nothing like waking up in a moment where you're helping somebody, transacting with somebody, conversating with somebody, in your mind thinking, like, this is not me. This is not meant for me. In that moment, it's indescribable, right? Like, people don't understand that some people are so driven And when I look at somebody like that, and when I look at myself, right, and I know comparison is a thief of joy, and it's not to say that I haven't accomplished a lot. I've accomplished a lot. I have. And I really need to do better at giving myself my credit when it comes to that. But I also can't help but look at what's ahead, right? Like Kobe said, bro, the job ain't done yet, man. I'm not even, God willing, I'm not even close to my deathbed, right? I want to look back and be like, damn, I really did that shit. I really took something from nothing. I really took some shit and people was really not knowing what I was capable of for real. And the whole time, bro, like, I got so many routes I could take. It's fucking me up because if I take this and I gotta move like this, but if I move like this, I gotta go move. It's calculated, bro. And people think or assume that you may be running from something, but really someone like myself, and I can only speak for myself, for somebody like myself, never running, bro. I was really trying to control my temper for real, trying to control my anger for real, really trying to understand myself for real, trying to get away from situations where I felt like truly like people were saying they had my best interest and they love me, and I don't deny that for an instance, right? I don't deny that I'm truly loved by certain individuals. Honestly, I don't deny that for a second. But the complexity of it is that like, what that does for me and what that does for me as a human is that like, I can't help but if I love you, my way of showing that love to you is by pushing you. It's by wanting you to do the best. And that's why I get in a lot of trouble when it comes to friendships, relationships, on a platonic level, even on a romantic level. If I'm in your space, bro, I want you to be the best person you can personally be, and I'm gonna push you towards that. And it's gonna piss me off when you're doing shit that's outside of that. Period. Sorry, not sorry. So for people that are like, why is he like that, or why is he doing this, or why he don't do this, or it's because like I had to learn that if you don't wake up when I wake up and you say you want to do what I do, or you say you want to be in the space that I'm in, or you say you want to get a body like mine, or you want to do this or do that, and then like I'm gung-ho with the fact that you want it. You want it, and it's the age-old saying of like, I want it more than you do. And it's got me in trouble because I get so passionate, I get so riled up and wanting to be like, oh, that's what you want to do? Let's do that. Like, I'm in my mind making plays. Let's do that. And I had to take that energy back, bro. I really had to let that off for real. I really had to like, tell myself no. And that's what people deem as running. It was never running, bro. It was never, I was never running from family or people that I love or really care for. It was the fact that like, when my family, when my friends, when the people that I cared for, when my romantic relationship I was having relationships with, when we were making plans or when we were making decisions, or when you were saying or I was saying we was gonna do something, and that shit didn't fall through, and it wasn't on some pick it up and pick the pieces back up and let's get back to work, because it's always been me, and I've yet to be around that in its entirety. And it's what I've been missing in my part of my life for me, person. Is that okay, we fall off, let's get right back up, bro. Like, even if it's been a month we've been off, we fall off. I bet. That's not us for real. Let's get back to work. People fall off and they just be like, oh, never even said it. And I never worked like that. I've never been able to function like that. So I literally had to cut my arm off with that. And it hurt. People don't understand. They think that like I go through these situations and I'm just like, maybe I'm cold-hearted, or maybe they think I don't give a fuck for real. I don't know. I really don't. I really try not to drag that too much. But the reality of it is that at the end of the day, I care so much, man, and I've gotten in so much trouble with myself and trying to like care more than the person that actually is trying to do it, and it's never been beneficial to me, and I really had to learn how to deal with that and manage that emotion for real, because it got me in a lot of trouble. Not to say of law or anything like that, but it set me back tenfold trying to reach out to people and try to make things happen when reality, that's not what they would have wanted for real. And it's unfortunate, but we live and we learn.